if I can get you to dance to another rhythm, and the rhythm may be attractive to you, the rhythm may cater to your wants, the rhythm may feel good, but it's also like these songs right now, that the rhythm is amazing, but the wording is poison. The kingdom of God is a rhythm. So is the kingdom of God, is if a man should cast seed in the ground, and should sleep and rise night and day, and the seed should spring and grow up, and he knoweth not how. For the earth bringeth forth fruit of herself, first the blade, then the ear, and after that the full corn in the ear. Your job is just to retrieve seed, sow said seed, reap the harvest, and do it all over. It's such a simple thing. You say, well, how do I use this? Well, in life, first of all, I gotta get all the fake stuff out of my mind. Shout out to the red words. Get in there and see what Jesus is saying about the truth about who you are. These identity crises with people and genders and all this stuff, it's throwing out the rhythm of life and mankind. They don't even know it because self can't see. So it's throwing out the rhythm, it's on purpose. And people are putting that off chord, that off rhythm conversation. So if you don't know what you have, then there's no gratitude. If there's no gratitude, now you have an attitude. And now you're trying to get something, prove something, grab something, attain something based off of what they say is valuable. So I just don't want you to know that you have anything. I want you to always think that you need something else. We starting over some music. I like this one. We about to drop some music real quick. Here it is. It's called Watch It You Go.
I'm too much in my mind again. I can't tell where the end began.
What a bounce
I
at.
know I did it to myself, but when
I'm only moving like this because I already know the rhythm of the song.
You've been on my mind, even though I know you gone. I've been wasting time trying to choose what's right or wrong.
What it is.
Can you show me how to love again?
Yes, sir.
What is love again? I don't know. Cause you told me we were best friends. It'll never end. Good to go. Ooh. Now I can't stop the tears I cry.
Let them go.
How could I believe the same old lie? You took me on the same old ride. It changed my life. Watching you go. Watching you go. Helped make me grow.
Watching you go helps me grow. I'm glad.
You're gone.
So glad.
I'm so glad that you're gone. I'm so glad that you're gone. I'm so glad that you're gone.
So glad.
I'm so glad that you're gone. I'm so glad that you're gone. I'm so glad that you're gone.
Hey, but there's some things that we do. Sometimes we know we should have never did it in the first place. We just wanted to do it, but we knew in our mind, I never should have did it. Never should have did it.
I never should have messed with you. No, it wasn't the very best thing to do.
I knew better.
It wasn't till I had enough.
I got fed up.
Did I know that this was love?
Yeah. Can you show me?
How to love again. What is love again? I don't know. Cause you told me we were best friends.
But you told me
it'll never end. Good to go. Ooh.
It's over.
Now I can't stop the tears I cry.
Gotta let my eyes sweat sometimes.
How could I believe the same old lie?
I ain't crying, my eyes sweating.
You took me on the same old ride. It changed my life. Watching you
Bring it in, go.
Watching you go. Helped make me
Where the bounce at?
grow. I hope you know I'm glad you're gone.
I'm glad.
I'm so glad that you're gone. I'm so glad that you're gone. I'm so glad that you're
I'm glad.
I'm so glad that you're gone. I'm so glad that you're gone. I'm so glad that you're gone.
Nikhil be telling me it's a sad song, but I'm like, man, them must get the bones though, man. It's like, I guess the words kind of feel kind of sad, but then they ain't really sad.
Right.
You gotta listen to the whole context. It's the rhythm, baby. It's the rhythm. So I found out that I be saying I found out something, but I guess it is found out. I guess this is when something is revealed to you or something. I don't know, but it's like sometimes it's obvious. I posted a clip this morning about obvious. It's a song you got called Obvious. A lot of things are obvious, but self can't see, and it's not till you. I think when Jesus told us deny ourselves, he was trying to get us to see something that is already happening and is already obvious, but we can't see it because we're so consumed with our version of self.
Right.
And so a lot of times when the song came on, me and you doing like this already, right? And if you're watching, you know what I'm saying, shout out to y'all that's watching right now. If you're watching, sometimes you hear the song, you hear the rhythm, the beat don't come in yet. You don't know why y'all bouncing like that.
Right.
Because it sounds like it's going somewhere else.
Right.
But because we knew the rhythm already
Right.
of the song, we were able to move at rhythm ahead of time. And I guess rhythm is key. And I realized that, you know, Jesus, they said Jesus spoke in what they call epigraphs. Epigraphs or epigrams? I don't know. I think it's epigrams or epigraphs. I think it's epigrams. And I looked at what an epigram was. An epigram is like a rhythm. Like it's rhythmatic speaking.
Right. It's
rhythmatic talking. We would call it rapping or lyrics or poetry right now. There's a rhythm. And the reason that you talk in rhythm is because it's easier to remember in rhythm. It's easier to remember in rhythm.
Yep.
Easier to remember in rhythm. Now, if I keep doing that, it's easier to remember in rhythm.
Yep.
It's easy to remember in rhythm. Now, it's already in your head now.
Right.
Say it.
It's easy to remember.
In rhythm. That's it. It's already in your head. And so this is being used. All right, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch how powerful rhythm is. It's being used with kids. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. The reason you got to throw that L, M, N, O, P,
right? Because
you got to end on that same beat, that same note, that same rhythm, right? Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. This was right as no. All these things are rhythm, and so rhythm is used so much because rhythm is actually the way of life. Now watch me, the kingdom of God is a rhythm.
Yeah.
Right. And I found it out even in Jesus. It's so dope how God has set things up, and it's even I want to say doper, or it's just as dope as how Jesus, the Christ in the flesh, presents these things. Because the way God sets him up, he said, I didn't come to do away with your law, your prophets, I come to fulfill it. I come to fulfill the rhythm that God has set up. God has set up a rhythm that was thrown off. Right. Okay, can we talk about it? The kingdom of God is a rhythm. And before I jump on this, I say I found out because what happens for me is a lot of times I'm on a search and I'm looking and you find things.
Right.
It's seeking you'll find. Knocking and the powerful thing about that is seeking you'll find, but sometimes you find stuff you don't want to find because you're seeking the wrong things.
Yeah.
So when you seek in the right direction, you'll find things in the right direction.
Yep.
Seek the will of God and you'll find it. So I found two articles. I sent you one, and one was about, you know, what we're doing right now. We're podding and social media and different things like that. And it was saying how you need to get in the rhythm of recording and posting and different things like that. And then the second one was a health rhythm. And it was like, well, you know, a lot of people are trying to lose weight different ways, but they don't pay attention. Hold on, y'all. Before I get into this, don't y'all judge me because I'm probably going to say some things, you know, they're probably not the right scientific term. So don't go look up these exact words I'm saying. But it's your blood sugar index. What happens is, long story short, what happens is you'll eat something. A lot of things that we eat or consume in life right now are full of, you know, complex carbohydrates. It's a bunch of sugars, a bunch of things, right? And it is not that your body doesn't need sugars or carbohydrates. And we're not even talking about chemicals and the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Everything consistent.
Right.
It's not that your body doesn't need it, but your body needs a rhythm of things. So when you eat protein at a certain, and there's a rhythm at certain times, it's better to eat things in a certain order. That's why dessert is at the end of the meal.
Yep.
It's literally when I read the article didn't say it, but that's why you eat your sweets after you've eaten your veggies and your protein. Say even veggies and protein in that order first is better because what it does is it sends signals to the body of a rhythm. The reason sometimes we gain weight or you can't lose it, and it goes into the diabetic thing or whatever, but it's because your blood sugar, your glucose spikes up, right? And your glucose is needed. The insulin, all that stuff is needed.
Right.
But if you're constantly doing that and not doing the other thing, then there's an imbalance. and now your body is storing up energy, storing up. That's all it is, energy.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing, eating and everything, all this stuff. I know we do it for social and dopamine and all this stuff like that, but the whole thing is energy being stored up. Fat is energy being stored up, but it's not stored up just to be stored up. It's stored up to be used.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you have a lot of energy stored up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm about to lose some of this energy right now. I'll utilize this energy, right?
Yeah.
But it's stored up, and then it gets stored up in the wrong places. So now you have the kidney issues and the heart congestion and all the different things. But it's because it's stored up in the wrong place. But it's only because of lack of rhythm. You get it? So what I found out is you eat the protein, and I'm about to get off this real quick, y'all. But you eat the protein real quick. It signals to your body that you need to go to work. It moves a certain way through the colon. It says, and then so now when you eat things in a certain rhythm, the flow starts rhythming right to the point to where there's a balance and there's a constant, consistent burn. Well, let's go further. Even the way that you breathe is a rhythm.
Yeah.
We're doing it right now. We don't even know it. The kingdom of God is where? Within you. Well, I found out once again that the kingdom of God is a rhythm. And even the way Jesus told it to us, can I read it? Even the way he told it to us was rhythmic. And if y'all want to ever go look at it, it's in Mark chapter 4. Some of y'all have heard this before. Mark 4:26 through 29. It's real simple. But it says, and he said, so is the kingdom of God, is of a man should cast seed in the ground, and should sleep and rise night and day, and the seed should spring and grow up, and he knoweth not how. For the earth bringeth forth fruit of herself, first the blade, then the ear, and after that the full corn in the ear. But when the fruit is brought forth, immediately he putteth in the sickle, because the harvest has come. Y'all go read another. Let me go. Let me go read. Let's see. They got the Passion, the New Century version. I'll read it in there. And it says, the kingdom of God is like someone who plants seed in the ground. Night and day, whether the person is asleep or awake, the seed still grows. But the person does not know how it grows. By itself, the earth produces grain. First the plant grows, then the head, and then all the grain in the head. When the grain is ready, the farmer cuts it because this is the harvest time. All right. Now, if you see it the way I read those two things, the New Century version explains it a little bit in layman terms of today, right? But even if you see how I read the two versions, the King James version had more rhythm. It was more poetic.
Right.
You get it?
Yep.
And I'm not making a conversation about that right now.
Right.
But when Jesus talks about that, he talks about he explains it. If I read it the way that it's written in the King James, there's a rhythm to it, right? There's even a rhythm to the way original Aramaic and Hebrew was. A lot of rhythm.
Yeah.
A lot of the meaning of things and words were more in the tone and rhythm rather than the actual wording.
Yep.
The word, because a lot of words, they didn't have a lot of as many words as we do.
Right.
So a lot of the words, some of the words and sounds meant a breath. Meant the same thing.
Right.
Depending on the tone.
Yep.
You get it?
Yep.
And depending on the tone and the rhythm, is very rhythm. And so the kingdom of God it's a rhythm. And so those two things, I said, man, I started looking around. I said, everything is a rhythm. Everything that works is a rhythm. And anything that doesn't work is scattered.
Yeah.
It's scattered. It's separated. It's double-minded. It's not rhythm in the right direction. Like I said, even when we breathe right now, but the way to eliminate life from you is to constrict your rhythm of breathing.
The rhythm. Yep.
Right? We were talking about the sugar intake and the protein. Well, just imagine, everybody take a deep breath real quick. Sometimes you got to calm down. Take a deep breath. Now, you're doing this all day. You may not take a deep breath, but you're taking intake and outtake. But imagine if it was all intake. Yeah, you're going to suffocate.
Right.
I got air in me. It doesn't matter. You suffocate because there's no rhythm.
Right.
The rhythm is not in the presence of the air. It's not in just the presence of the air, but it's in the rhythm. Your body brings rhythm to the air that's already here. That's all, man. That's so dope, bro. Your body brings rhythm to the air that's already there. And this is what life is. It's not that blood. It's not that having blood, but it's your heart is pumping and making it move. That's giving it. That's life. Right. You get it? And so the easiest thing for me to do, or the quickest way for me to attack your livelihood or your life or your production or whatever is to attack your rhythm.
Yep.
Even when Jesus described, he said, "Kingdom of God is of a man should cast seed in the ground."
Yep.
And he said, "Should sleep and rise when? Night and day."
Yep.
Like night and day. day and night. Remember that? right. Night and day. That's you get up in the morning, you go to sleep at night. You get up in the morning, go to sleep at night. You're doing it.
Yeah, it's a rhythm.
You still hold on. Watch you doing it.
Yeah.
You did you go to sleep last night, EJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Me too. Thank God. Right. I probably didn't sleep enough hours, but I did. Right. But I go to sleep and I get up. This is what life is. If I go to sleep and I don't get up, it's dead.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
If I stay up and I never go to sleep, it's dead. It's about to be dead, right? It's like those are the rhythms, but we don't pay attention to rhythm, so we never master rhythm. You get it? You know, we do it all the time in music. You know, we just don't master the rhythm, so we don't master the BPMs, beat per minute. So we don't master the rhythm. We don't know the hit it on the one. You know what I'm saying? The two. We don't master it, so it's an offbeat type of thing. And you know, sometimes it's okay musically to go off beat, but it's like it's weird when it's like a whole project.
Yeah.
It's like we can't even music sticks more when there's rhythm. That's why somebody could be saying the stupidest thing in the world.
If the rhythm is like,
but the rhythm is the
rhythm taking.
You know what I'm saying? Wah. Sometimes you gotta pop out. But it sticks in your head.
Right.
It's the rhythm.
Yep.
So the quickest way to get you to be ineffective or to not look like yourself is to throw off your rhythm.
Right.
A lot of trauma throws off our rhythm. A lot of situations, circumstances we deal with, people tend to throw off our rhythm or try to conform us to the rhythm that they want us to have.
Right.
System even. See, this is why systems are not bad. Systems are actually rhythms.
Yeah.
You have certain jobs we have. It's a rhythm.
Yep.
You get there at a certain time.
Yep.
Get off at a certain time. Lunch is at a certain time. You work with a certain set of people. Pass that here. All right, it's my job to put this on there. Your job to pass that. My job to put it. It's rhythm.
All rhythm.
And all those rhythms give an effectiveness. There's a rhythm in payment.
Yeah.
There's payday. Or we get paid on the 1st to the 15th. There's rhythm.
Right.
These things are time is rhythm. All that. And the easiest way to do it is to throw your rhythm off. To throw a wrench in your plan, right? That they call it, right? And if I can throw your rhythm off, then I can steal your life from you.
Yeah.
Catch me. I mean, even Red and 30 is a 30-day reading of the Gospels, a 30-day reading of the Gospels.
Right.
It's really not about attaining or retaining information. That's good, but it's actually getting in the rhythm of the read.
Yep.
It's getting in the rhythm of that mentality, right? Because this is Jesus.
Yep.
Jesus is the rhythm of God in the flesh. The rhythm of God is. We gotta take these clips, bro. The rhythm of God. Jesus is the rhythm of God in the flesh, right?
Right.
And he shows what God. When you see me, you see the Father. You see the rhythm that God works in.
Yeah.
Now God tells us our rhythm in Genesis. We learn God's rhythm in Genesis: be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue. If that don't even sound, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue. 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 I'm saying it again: fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue. You on there now? You in there?
Yeah.
You in there? You right? You know what the rhythm is.
Yeah.
I made you in my image and my likeness. I made you in my image and my likeness. Made you in my image and my likeness. Breathe in the man, he becomes a living soul. Breathe in the man, becomes a living soul. It's that concept. So God sets the rhythm. You can eat every tree you want, but not that one.
Yeah.
Any tree you want, but not that one.
Yeah.
We might have to make some songs out of this. Any tree you want, but not that one.
Right.
It's such a even words are rhythms. It's rhythmic. You can eat every tree, any tree you want, but not that one. So here comes a serpent with his own rhythm. You ever seen it? We killed a snake the other day on the ground. That's crazy. A big 4-foot snake. It was wild. Right. But so I right after that, so I think about how snakes actually move. Like they don't have feet. They don't have nothing propelling them or pushing them. There's no current of air. They don't fly by. They don't move by the air. Right. And I said, golly, they in themselves, there's such a rhythm. The way the scales move and the way their muscles are, they have a rhythm when it just propels them across. Right? And in their own, the serpent comes in his own rhythm and begins to speak to you. In that day, you surely won't die. He speaks in a rhythm.
Right.
It's very rhythmic.
Right.
and gets you to believe in the rhythm that he's giving you. And now you begin, this would be a dope musical. Now you begin to dance to the music that he's playing versus the music that birthed you.
Right.
You begin to dance. Now watch this.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to dance to the rhythm that is being given to you,
mm-hmm.
other than the rhythm that you were given as. You get it? So now you forget the rhythm. You forget the beat. You ever seen somebody clap off beat?
Yep.
It's the worst thing in the history of the world.
Worse.
Clapping off beat. I'll be looking at my daughter, and I just be like, when I with her, the music come on, they say that the kids remember, so I'm bouncing with her to the beat. I'll never play them games. I'm tapping her on her back while you know what I'm saying? Tapping on her hand. We bring the game up, but she catching rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So now I see sometimes when she bouncing and jumping, she jumping the rhythm. I say, all right, because it's the worst thing in the world.
Right.
It's a punishable offense for a child. It's like you sit in the corner until you catch the rhythm, right? It's like, and so if I can get you to dance to another rhythm,
mm-hmm.
and the rhythm may be attractive to you,
right?
The rhythm may cater to your wants,
right?
The rhythm may feel good, but it's also like these songs right now,
right?
That the rhythm is amazing, but the wording is poison,
right?
Like it is nothing like what you want to be.
Yep.
It is nothing like how you want to think. Like you know obviously that you don't want to think that way, or you don't want to be that way, or you don't want to function that way. You don't want faith for that.
Right.
You don't want to think as he thinks, so you don't want to think that way and be that way. But yet the rhythm is so good to you that you allow something that's unrhythmic to your being and your identity to enter in. And then you wonder why you acting out like that, right? So the serpent comes in and says something in a rhythm, because he understands. He gets okay, and I know this is a like we're pulling the cover off a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're messing up my rhythm, right? Oh, you're messing up the rhythm. See, even all of these identity crises with people and genders and all this stuff, it's throwing up the rhythm of life and mankind. Yeah. They don't even know it because self can't see. Right, so it's throwing off the rhythm, and it's on purpose, and people are putting that off chord, that off rhythm conversation there, right? And they're doing it so much to where the easiest thing for me to throw you off rhythm.
Yep.
The serpent comes and gives you another rhythm, and because you begin to dance at this new rhythm, and you're not hearing the rhythm that you are from the inside, the rhythm of God, the kingdom of God is within you, because you're no longer listening to this rhythm, and you're giving attention to, right? You're what's the word I'm looking for? You're entertaining another rhythm.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. You're entertaining somebody. You're entertaining a thought. You're entertaining another rhythm, and eventually you. And so you start reaching.
Yeah.
You're reaching, and now you're reaching for the fruit that you wasn't supposed to eat.
Right.
The rhythm was clear. And it tells you, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue. Have dominion. This is who you are.
Yep.
You name it. You got dominion.
Yeah.
So if I tell you all these things as your rhythm, how do I ignore what that is and then have another rhythm? Oh, you be just like God. Well, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion sounds like God. Mm-hmm. So why would I think I'm not, unless I'm not only entertain the rhythm, but I'm entertaining the rhythm consistently. That might have been the first date. What we heard about it might have been the first date he was talking to the serpent.
Right.
Stranger danger, right?
Yeah,
but it was like
yeah.
it ain't no stranger danger when somebody been talking to you for a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've been entertaining that thought for a minute. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just the first day. You've been groomed.
Right.
They call them.
Right.
You're grooming them, right? And you've been entertaining that thought for a minute to the point to where you begin to move toward the rhythm, and now you're dancing to it, and so the dance causes you to reach for the fruit, and it causes you to eat the fruit. And now the new rhythm you have is now you got to dress yourself. Now your new rhythm is fear. The new dance you have is the fear dance.
Yep.
The new dance you have is the hide dance. If y'all go read the story in the book of Genesis, it's really the new dance you have is the blame dance. Now it wasn't your fault. The woman that you gave me made me eat it.
Yeah.
And then she says it wasn't my fault. The serpent made me.
Pointing fingers now.
Now it's the blame game. And then now I got to make y'all dance out this garden. Get on down, get on down, get on down the road, right? Like now you got to dance out of here.
Right,
this
right,
is no
right.
longer your dance floor.
Right.
Until you can realize, and then we go through the whole story. And we always get to Jesus. Now Jesus gives us actual realistic rhythm. He brings us back to the rhythm of the Father. You get it? But it's all been with you the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. But you just couldn't see it because there's an outer drum and an inner drum.
Yep. Literally.
I don't know if you hear my right. It's like there's an inner drum.
Right.
You heard the statement, "March to the beat of your own drum." Right. It's like it's there's an inner drum, and then there's an outer drum. Now the outer drum, there's tons of rhythms coming to us all day. Right now, I can turn this phone on Spotify, iTunes. I mean, not iTunes, Apple Music, but iTunes too. Apple Music. Matter of fact, when we can drop music, y'all go to iTunes and buy the stuff, right? But Apple Music, you name it, right? Yep. YouTube, and I can pick any kind of song that I want. I find it all. I mean, tons of. If I open up Apple Music right now, bro, like, if I open up Apple Music right now, it starts off like this,
right?
And it's giving you a whole bunch of options of rhythm. With the genres, R&B, Christian, hip hop. Apple Music Live, spatial audio, country, pop, sleep. The sleep got a genre. Charts, chill, Latin, dance, DJ mixes. You just pick the rhythm. And there's tons of rhythms that I can pick. The outer rhythms that's coming. The outer rhythms, but then there's a still small inner voice rhythm. And sometimes you don't really catch that rhythm until you turn everything off. That's all. Now, there are some rhythms that come from the outside of you to feed that same rhythm. It's the same frequency, the same rhythm. Right. But there's a lot of them that have a form of godliness, but they're not a power thereof.
Right.
They seem like it's the right rhythm, but it's not.
Right.
And so it's it's the easiest trick, right? And I realized as we were talking yesterday, and I realized that that's what this is. I got out the car then I was like, man, I realized that there's only the one trick is to get you to reach. The one trick is to get you to not know what you have. That's the one trick. That's it. And so if you don't know what you have, then there's no gratitude.
Yep.
If there's no gratitude, now you have an attitude, and now you're trying to get something, prove something, grab something, attain something based off of what they say is valuable. Right? We was having a good conversation about that, and it's like, but that's it. So I just don't want you to know that you have anything. I want you to always think that you need something else.
Yep.
I love Matthew 6. Your Father knows what you need of before you ask Him.
Right. Yep.
All these things do the other people seek, but seek first the kingdom of God. Right. Yep. It's like your Father knows this already. Right. He already knows your rhythm.
Right.
A lot of this stuff that we're back to the health thing. A lot of the stuff that they feed you is messing up your rhythm. Yep. I want to say something else. Your rhythm is messing up your rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to find a way to say it, but there's no other way to say it. It's messing up your rhythm.
Right.
And it's throwing you off, so you're not really sick. You're just off rhythm. Okay, this sounds like something else.
Right.
Sin is missing the mark. There's a mark, and you're hitting. It's like hitting a beat, clapping off beat, right?
Yeah.
If sin is missing the mark, then sin means you're unaligned from the mark.
Yep.
You're unaligned. You're off beat. You're off rhythm. You get it? So I need to. The quickest way to get I throw you off your rhythm. Any athletics or any sports you see, right? When they're running track, shout out to Coach Dante. When you're running track, there's a rhythm in the way you start and your stride.
Yep.
When you're playing ball, the quickest thing when I used to watch and I would hear them talking, they say the quickest thing they want to do with people like just shooters. I mean Jordan. I mean the ones that would go off. Kobe, I remember Steph, Gilbert, Arenas, like all these guys that would go off on tangents on a regular. They say you can't let them get to their spot. So every time Kobe catches the ball, his intention is to work you as a defender until I can get to my spot. So every move that I'm making, all my footwork, everything that I'm doing is to get to that spot because that's my spot where I hit the shot, right? See, there's bars right there. It's rhythm. You remember it's a spot where I hit the shot, right? So I'm trying to get a rhythm. So they would foul hard, they would push, they would tussle because I got to keep you out of rhythm. If you ever get in the rhythm,
it's a wrap.
That's when you score 81 points.
Yeah.
That's when you score a tangent because you caught a rhythm. I'm trying to keep you off rhythm.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so the quickest way to do it is to get you off rhythm. So now Jesus brings it back and says, the kingdom of God is a man's cast seed in the ground. Now seed is a rhythm as well. And It goes in the ground, opens up, spring up, more seed. Goes in the ground, open up, spring up, more seed. Well, what is your job? Your job is just to retrieve seed, sow said seed, reap the harvest, and do it all over.
That's it.
It's such a simple thing. And so now you say, well, how do I use this? Well, in life, first of all, I gotta get all the fake stuff out of my mind. Red 30, shout out to Red 30, and shout out to the Red Words. Get in there and see what Jesus is saying about the truth about who you are, right? Who God says you are on the inside. When you see me, you see the Father. This is conversation. And you catch that rhythm. And when you catch that rhythm, then you begin to make everything work to the beat of the rhythm that you caught. Now, once you catch that rhythm, you'll realize that it's the rhythm that you've been having the whole time, but it's been covered up, or it's been muddied, or you couldn't hear the tempo. You couldn't hear, when the music said you couldn't hear the click track. You know what I'm saying? And so it's all rhythm. It's all rhythm. And you got to catch the rhythm. And the easiest way to throw you off your rhythm. That's why even playing this song is so dope, because I'm glad that you're gone. I'm glad that you're gone. I'm watching you go because I'm too much in my mind.
Right.
You got me on a whole nother rhythm, right? And I'm glad that you're gone, because now I know what love looks like. I know that rhythm that you were giving me,
right,
that wasn't really love at all. That was something, but it wasn't love, because it was throwing me off. Bounce. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been wasting time trying to choose what's right or wrong. Can you show me how to love again? What is love again? I don't know.
Yeah.
'Cause you told me we were best friends. It'll never end. Good to go. I'm so glad that you go.